Hello and welcome back. We are hitting day 13 of our Mindful Mornings, a 30-day yoga challenge to set us up for a more mindful way through movement and meditation. Today's focus is about distractions. Now, meditation teaches us that distractions are a normal part of the mind. In fact, one of the most important aspects of meditation is the act of simply noticing when your mind has wandered without judgment, and then bringing our attention back to the present moment. Therefore, in today's physical asana practice, we'll really keep things simple to allow for the fluctuations of the mind. This way we can be really fully present and focus on the workings of our mind rather than worrying about the placement of each body part. So here we are, once again, getting comfy for our 3-minute grounding meditation. And I'd like you to really notice when the mind has taken on a route of its own today, perhaps simply say the word thinking to yourself in the moment that you notice that the mind has wandered. And as always, stick around to the end to find out what today's mindfulness task is going to be. Begin by either lying down or sitting comfortably as I guide you through the sensations of your body, whatever they may be today. Be aware of any heaviness, discomfort, or fatigue, or perhaps lightness and energy within. Observe which sensations fluctuate and change over time and which remain constant. Pay attention to your reactions and just notice. Are you judging how you slept or wondering how the day will unfold? Instead of trying to push away these thoughts, simply notice them. See if they have any impact on how you feel and hold these thoughts and feelings with compassion. Now bring your conscious awareness towards your feet, noticing any sensations that may be present. Tingling perhaps, pulsing or pressure points. Releasing your focus upon your feet and bringing your awareness towards your hands now. Observe any sensations in your palms, fingers, or the back of the hands. And finally, direct your attention towards your breath, noticing the sensation of an inhale and an exhale. Let us remind ourselves that throughout the day, taking a pause and becoming aware of our feet, our hands, or our breath can make all the difference as a way for us to ground ourselves. You might like to grab a couple of blocks for today's practice. We're going to start actually sitting on top of one of them. You could use a cushion instead. So let's just start kneeling here for a moment, just to sort of feel into those thighs. You could have a prop even higher. You don't have to have a prop, but just sort of see how that feels here. Just for 3 breaths, and we're going to build on this a little bit. Remember, today's focus is about distraction. So already noticing the distractions of the mind pulling potentially towards different body parts. That's okay, but it's what we might attach to that distraction. We don't want the mind to get too far into the story of sensation, and then maybe inadequacy, and then how we're never here on our mat, and then, oh, perhaps I need to do a shopping list. And you see where this is going. Bring the mind back to the body. We're going to remove our prop and then come through to tucking the toes and adding onto this sensation. Bring the knees, the thighs closer together and come through to toe squat. Palms face down for a way for us to ground, and see if you can create a little smile upon the face. And one more breath. And slowly lean forwards, place hands to the earth, and then just go ahead and tap out those toes, the back of those feet on the ground there. And come and meet me in downward facing dog. Remember, from time to time, you might notice that your mind has wandered away from your mat today. Perhaps simply state the words, or the word thinking, or I am thinking, and then bring the mind back to the present moment. Lifting the right leg to the sky, kick the heel to the buttock and twist open. Lift the right hip and knee towards the sky, activating through your right glute to lift that right knee. Check back in with your right shoulder. Try not to lift it any higher than the left. One more breath. And then re-lengthen the leg to the sky, placing right foot in between your hands. You may like to grab your blocks. Lower the hips, lift the heart. And then straighten through both legs, pyramid bow. Bend the right knee, lift the heart, inhale. And into your pyramid, exhale, bow. Do that now with the rhythm of your own breath. If you wanted to, you could even drop the back knee all the way to the ground. And don't worry about how perfectly straight your legs become in pyramid. Noticing if the mind has already taken its journey off the mat. Bring your mind back to the gentle sway back and forth. And then coming through to stillness with the right knee bent. You're going to walk your hands forwards and come through to a supported warrior 3 balance. I'm bringing the blocks with me, hovering now through the left leg, balancing on the right leg, trying not to stack my hips, keeping left hip aligned the same level as the right. Pause, breathe. You're going to bend through both knees just a little bit and then start to roll your way up to stand, hugging the left knee in. And then just relaxing that squeeze of the left knee. Let's take a standing twist. I like to take hold of the knee and the hip, and the last thing that I'll do is think about turning the gaze or perhaps extending the left arm behind. Balance is a wonderful place to be, to bring us right into the moment of now. And then gently lower both feet or left foot to the top of the mat, thumbs to heart, feet a good hip width. And just draw yourself in and out through breath. Hands will rise, inhale, and forward fold, exhale. Halfway lift, step back, downward facing dog. Okay, left foot will rise this time. Kick the heel towards the buttock. Open up through that left knee and hip. Three-legged dog. Twist with the top leg bent. Try to avoid lifting the left shoulder any higher than the right. Keep readjusting, keep re-engaging, and breathe with ease. Extend the left leg, then place left foot between the hands. I'm going to grab those blocks once again. Lift the heart, bend the left knee deep, hips low, and then back through to your pyramid. And you're moving and you're swaying. Perhaps you can imagine that you're this underwater creature, and this is the way that you move along the sea earth. Imagine that your spine is fluid like water. Your hips are fluid like water. And your breath is fluid like water. If the mind has wandered way out of this space of our mindful movement meditation flow, then perhaps simply state, I'm thinking. Come and meet me in your low lunge. Shift the hands forwards. Maybe hop a little forwards through the back leg to help guide you into that supported warrior 3. So we're trying to keep both hips the same level, not stacking right on top of left. Can you be active through that leg in the sky? So I've actually peeled the right toes back, flexing the foot. Seeing if I can push out firmly through the right heel to the back of the mat. And then we want to bend through the knees and we're going to roll up steadily. Use your core, use the standing leg muscles to help you get there. And as you come on up, hug the right knee up and in now. And then just soften the grip on that knee. Left hand stays to the right knee, right hand to the hip. We're taking our twist. Last thing will be just seeing whether we can open out through the back arm, maybe turning the gaze, maybe not. Go where you feel like you can on this side. And then we come to stand top of the mat as smoothly as we can. Take a breath. Feel into the solid earth. Hands rise. And forward fold. Take a halfway lift. And then step the right foot back. Drop the back knee to the earth. Walk your left foot wide into a dragon lunge or low lunge lizard. I've chosen to take the left toes, sort of turning them out. Just do what works for you. And you might bring your blocks back into play. Could be placed underneath your hands. Or maybe you feel like you could head down onto the forearms here. We're going to hang out here in a bit of a winged dragon. If you want to make this a more intense sensation, then you'll tuck the back toes and hover the knee off the ground. Slowly start to lift yourself up. Bring the blocks just out of the way. Tuck the back toes, hover the knee, and then step the right foot outside of the right hand, so a little hop up. Come through to yogic squat for 3 breaths. Don't worry if the heels have to be lifted. And don't worry if you would actually like this to be a little more melty through the spine. So we're going to now step the left foot back, keep the right foot forwards. I'm going to drop the back knee and bring the 2 blocks back into place. I'm choosing to widen the right foot and actually have the toes turned out, so my right knee will also jet out to the side a bit. But we're all going to be built a bit differently. See where it feels obtainable for you on this second side. And again, if you want to make it a little more intense, you'll be tucking the left toes and hovering that back knee off the ground. And then lifting yourself back up, removing those props. This time, step the right foot back and come through to a variation of child's pose. You could have knees wide, big toes to touch, the arms behind you, just like myself, or knees wide. These slower holding poses, just really noticing whether the mind had taken on in those adventures. I didn't really do much guiding you back, but just for the last little bit as we head into Savasana, keep being mindful of where the brain wants to take you today, without judgment, without critique. Just gently bring that thinking mind back to the present moment as we begin to settle in for Savasana. Here we start to wiggle our fingers and our toes. Inhaling deeply to stretch and releasing, rolling to the side. Pause with the palms facing down upon the thighs in this grounding way. Take a nourishing breath in. Release the breath out. Thank you for joining. A bow to you. Here's our mindfulness task for day 13. Take a moment to enjoy a cup of tea or any beverage of your choice mindfully. Remember to remove any distractions and completely concentrate on the taste, the aroma, the sensations of each sip. Thank you for watching this video, and I hope you enjoyed it. Please don't forget to like it below, subscribe to my channel, and hit the bell icon. Not only will this keep you up to date with my offerings, but will keep content like To The Being free and accessible to all.